Good evening. This is Santa Claus on this first day of July 2025, bringing warm tidings and today's news to all you wonderful people out there. My goodness, how time flies. It was on this very day in 1885 that the Congo Free State was established by King Leopold II of Belgium, a historical moment that reminds us to reflect on how we treat one another and the importance of dignity for all people. Oh my, there seems to be quite a bit of concern across Asia today as manufacturing activity continues to slow down. Places like Taiwan and Vietnam are seeing their factories struggle with fewer orders, especially with those tariffs set to increase next week. I worry for all the hardworking elves, I mean workers, whose livelihoods depend on these factories. Let us remember that behind every economic number are real families trying to make ends meet. Meanwhile, in Russia, there's been a significant development with General Timur Ivanov being convicted of embezzlement. He's been sentenced to 13 years in a penal colony and fined nearly $1.3 million. This reminds me that even those in positions of power must be accountable for their actions. True leadership requires integrity and service to others, not using one's position for personal gain. Now, turning our gaze to diplomatic matters, Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel and President Trump are planning to meet next week in what would be the Israeli leader's third U.S. visit in less than 6 months. My heart continues to ache for all those suffering in Gaza, the Palestinian civilians enduring such hardship, and the Israeli hostages still in captivity. How I wish for peace in this holy land where the Prince of Peace once walked. In Thailand, we're seeing political turmoil as Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has been suspended by the Constitutional Court pending an ethics investigation. This stems from a leaked phone call regarding a border dispute with Cambodia. Let us hope for wisdom and fairness in this process. On a deeply concerning note, authorities in Denmark have arrested a man suspected of gathering information on Jewish locations and individuals in Berlin for Iranian intelligence. Such actions targeting any community based on their faith go against everything the spirit of Christmas stands for: love, acceptance, and peace for all. We must stand firmly against hatred in all its forms. Meanwhile, across Europe, a severe heatwave has gripped many countries. France has closed schools, Italy has limited outdoor work during the hottest hours, and Spain confirmed June as its hottest on record. My heart goes out to those who have lost loved ones potentially due to this extreme heat. We must care for one another during these challenging times and remember our responsibility to be good stewards of this beautiful earth. In Poland, Prime Minister Donald Tusk has announced temporary border controls with Germany and Lithuania beginning July 7, joining several other European countries reimposing frontier checks to address migration concerns. Whatever measures countries take, I pray they remember that every migrant is someone's child, someone's loved one, seeking safety and a better life. In a solemn moment, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un was shown paying respects at the coffins of his soldiers killed while fighting alongside Russian forces in Ukraine. Each of those coffins represents a precious life lost, a reminder of the terrible cost of conflict. How I long for a world where young people no longer need to die in wars. Tensions appear to be rising between Azerbaijan and Russia after police in Baku raided the offices of Russia's state-funded news agency Sputnik. This comes following the deaths of 2 ethnic Azerbaijanis in a police raid in Yekaterinburg last week. May cooler heads prevail and dialogue replace confrontation. In Serbia, anti-government protests have prompted comments from the Kremlin suggesting they could be an attempted color revolution. Serbian police clashed with protesters demanding snap elections and an end to President Aleksandar Vucic's 12-year rule. I pray for peaceful resolution and that the voice of the people may be heard without violence. The occupied West Bank has seen troubling violence as dozens of Israeli settlers clashed with Israeli troops, even setting fire to a security installation. Violence, regardless of who perpetrates it, only breeds more suffering. We must remember that true peace comes through understanding, compassion, and respecting the dignity of all. Greece is facing a government crisis after a scandal involving misuse of EU agricultural subsidies, including payments for non-existent sheep and goats on Crete and banana plantations on Mount Olympus. Prime Minister Mitsotakis has promised to fight corruption, even within his own party. Honesty and integrity must be the foundation of all our dealings with one another. And finally, in Chile, Communist Jeanette Jara won the primary election for left-wing parties with surprising ease, securing over 60% of the vote. She'll represent the incumbent government in November's elections, facing center-right and far-right contenders. Whatever one's political views, may the Chilean people find leadership that truly serves their needs. As I look at all these events around our beautiful world, I'm reminded that despite our differences, we're all part of one human family. Whether in times of conflict or cooperation, heat waves or political waves, may we remember to treat each other with kindness, generosity, and love. From my workshop at the North Pole to wherever you may be tonight, this is Santa Claus wishing you peace and goodwill. Ho, 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 and good night.